doctors are unhappy with their working conditions and remuneration. It is sad that the issue of doctors' conditions of service and remuneration has been long running, and government has not gone beyond lip service in attending to the issue, argued the Newsday in its recent editorial. The fact that the government would rather buy luxury vehicles worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to traditional leaders demonstrate that its priorities are all mixed up. Early this week, Mnangagwa pledged to turn around the welfare of traditional chiefs by piling benefits and a share of the $310 million set aside for devolution in the 2019 national budget after the chiefs had presented a long list of demands at the National Chiefs Council conference in Kadoma. I agree 100% that doctors must be paid reasonable salaries, not the miserly $385 a month, and that government must adequately fund the nation's health service, which has all but collapsed. The failure to pay doctors, etc., becomes more glaring given the fact that government has been spending large fortunes on chiefs and other luxuries. Where I disagree with the Newsday is in its assertion that government has its priorities all mixed up in paying chiefs and not doctors. Rewarding chiefs is Mugabe's priority, miles ahead of paying doctors, etc. And it is naive to pretend otherwise. Pampering the chiefs is top priority to President Mnangagwa because it was the chiefs, together with the other traditional leaders and ZANU-PF operatives, who delivered the 60% or so rural vote for ED and ZANU-PF in the recent elections. Observers widely reported on efforts to undermine the free expression of the will of the electors through inducement, intimidation, coercion against prospective voters to try to ensure a vote in favor of the ruling party, reported the EU Election Observer Mission in its final report. Such practices also included direct threats of violence, pressure on people to attend rallies, partisan actions by traditional leaders, collection of voter registration slips, and other measures to undermine confidence in the secrecy of the vote, manipulation of food aid and agricultural programs, and other misuses of state resources. Continue. Even Zimbabwe's own government-appointed body, the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission, has confirmed how the rural voters were reduced to little more than medieval serfs, forever beholden to the whims of the overbearing landlords, ZANU-PF. Last year, the chiefs assured Mnangagwa that they would campaign for him and ZANU-PF in the coming elections, just as they had always done for Mugabe. They kept their promise, as stated above, and the Kadoma conference was about chiefs demanding their reward. If Zimbabwe had been a healthy and functional democratic nation, then both Mnangagwa and the chiefs would be in serious trouble for denying the rural people their basic freedoms and rights, including the right to a meaningful vote. Zimbabwe is a dictatorship. And so instead of being punished for high treason, the chiefs are being rewarded with new trucks. And ZANU-PF rigged the elections to stay in power. If truth be told, these traditional leaders who only serve the, the purpose of perpetuating ZANU-PF stranglehold on power should not be a priority given the challenges facing this economy and the scarcity of resources. Continue the editorial. The situation in our public health facilities is so untenable that one wonders how our political leaders are able to sleep peacefully at night. Perhaps because they and their families access health services abroad, where healthcare workers are well taken care of by their own governments, and they have no need to be back on job action. Yes, the health, the economy, education, you name it. Situation in Zimbabwe is untenable. The truth that must be told is that we have all watched the health, the economy, etc., all sink into the sorry state they are in today because we did not have the courage to accept the reality. The reality for the last 38 years, we have pretended Zimbabwe was a healthy and functional democracy because we did not want to admit it is a corrupt and tyrannical dictatorship. After 38 years of corrupt and tyrannical ZANU-PF rule, and with the country up to its eyes in the man-made mess, surely we must now grasp the network and deal with this elephant in the room. Zimbabwe is a de facto one-party dictatorship. Our challenge is to force ZANU-PF to step down so we can finally implement the democratic reforms necessary for free and fair elections. We must stop the curse of rigged elections and the pariah state. As long as Zimbabwe remains a pariah state ruled by corrupt and vote-rigging thugs, we will continue to pamper lawless chiefs at the expense of a collapsing health service. We can pretend the government has its priorities mixed up and discuss what it should do until we are blue in the face. The wasteful abuse of resources